Hello again, and welcome back to Reading Past Midnight. Today I'm going to give you just a brief recommendation of something that hopefully you haven't run across before. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Clear our path. H.E. Bates. H.E. Bates was a British novelist, kind of started between the wars. He typically is known for his more pastoral novels, not dissimilar, but not quite as good as Thomas Hardy. But he wrote 3 novels, this is one of those 3, that were World War II stories. In 1944, he published Fair Stood the Wind for France. Probably that was his first World War II novel. Then he wrote 2 novels of Burma, The Purple Plain, Jacaranda Tree. This is the Jacaranda Tree. And novel of India, The Scarlet Sword. These are all books that grew out of his experiences in World War II. I'm recommending this, and the others would probably be in the same class, as something that is not your typical World War II fiction kind of that everybody runs across. There's not a lot of material on Burma and India, at least not in our culture that we read. There are probably plenty of novels in India about World War II. And if you know of any good ones, let me know down below. You might notice that I am a fan of literature from India. So the Jacaranda Tree is about an Englishman by the name of Patterson who goes to Burma, and there he runs a plantation for rice, and there is a full expatriate British community present who kind of looks down on him because they are, of course, superior. He has a local girlfriend, a local woman that he's in love with. And, you're not supposed to do that if you're British. I'm speaking sarcastically, of course. I think if you travel to somewhere and that's where you're making your life, you become part of the culture. You try and learn about it, experience it, and get to know the people. And yeah, you're going to risk falling in love with someone. And he took his role seriously as the overseer of the plantation, but also he didn't take himself so seriously that he couldn't fully experience the native cultures in Burma and fall in love with a local girl. Probably prior to the war, maybe planned on spending the rest of his life there, raising a family there, but the Japanese had other ideas, and that's what this novel is about. Japanese invade Burma, now known as Myanmar, and they're forced to flee. Not just Patterson and his plantation, but all of the English people want to flee, and of course the people from Burma want to flee too because it's an invading army. So Patterson ostensibly finds himself in charge of the whole group because there are such disparate little factions. It's not that large a group, but everybody's got their own idea of what to do and how to approach the crisis. And they decide that they're going to head for the border of India and get to India, where they will have safety because of the British control of India. And they have to go through the mountains, cross the mountains, with very few resources, and try and make it to India. The different personalities and the different prejudices, of course, lead to all of the problems in a novel like this. That's where the depth is, that's where the interesting characters come in, that's where the interpersonal piece comes in, that's where you get to understand Patterson's love, not just for the one girl, but for the culture, and for the people. And in his attempt to save them, he is willingly sacrificing himself. He doesn't especially want to be in charge of all these people. He wants them to do what he says because he knows that he can get them to safety. And they seem dead set against doing anything that he wants them to do. And as many humans are, working against their own best self-interest, which is to get to a safe place. And we see the selfishness and stupidity of some of the people, and their forcefulness, and their wanting to be in control, wanting things done their way, wanting things done the way they always have been done. War does not allow for things to be done the way they always have been done. It's a very human story, which is part of why I really like this novel. The characters are well drawn, even though it's a short novel. It's like 244 pages. It reads very fast. You're gonna have to find it at a used bookstore or online, because I think it's been out of print for quite some time, even though this is a Penguin paperback. Yeah, Bates draws his characters well, writes very well. Is a definitely, in this case, is a bit of a gifted storyteller, and you really come away with a compassion for many of the characters and a loathing for some of the other characters and what they represent and what they caused to happen on the way to trying to get to India. I first ran across H.E. Bates, I think when I was just starting college. Masterpiece Theater did a production, multi-part, of Love for Lydia, which is also a very good novel, but very different. I think that one took place in the Roaring '20s. And I enjoyed his work and have read bits and pieces of his novel as I've run across them in used bookstores here and there. One of the local bookstores that I really like is Rogers Book Barn. And it turns out that the woman that runs this, who's a little older than I am, is a big fan of H.E. Bates. And whenever someone comes by and offers her a Bates title, she snatches it up. And I bought like 5 titles or 6 titles when I was there one time, just of H.E. Bates, because he's not a writer that you run across his stuff very much. The Jacaranda Tree, a very good novel, very good novel. It will draw you in, and it'll be a quick read. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this just short recommendation for today. Please hit the like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Hit the bell notification. I've got some new material coming up, and I'm going to try and get it out fairly rapidly. And I also promised you guys a giveaway once I reached 100 subscribers, which I have done now. So I need to find out about the proper way to do giveaways on YouTube. And hopefully in the next video or two, we'll have some giveaways for you. Again, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you for helping my channel grow. And I hope you guys have a wonderful 2025. It's shaping up to be a very dramatic year. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Los Angeles, and the people in Palestine, and the people in Ukraine. I think we'd all like to see the suffering end. So thoughts and prayers to all of those people. Thank you very much.